Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion, and sugar. The fit for this video is Rogue. Let's take a look at a video.
What if I told you that there was a god, a religious figure, somebody who was written about in books, who was worshipped, a deity, and this god was born on December 25th, supposedly, of a virgin mother, under a star in the east. He was attended by 3 kings, became a teacher at 12, and had a ministry at 30, plus had 12 disciples. You'd go, yeah, I know that guy. That's Jesus. And you'd be right. The Bible does speak of Jesus in those terms, but I was also describing Horus, who was the Egyptian sun god, who was first worshipped right around 3000 BC, according to most common anthropology and Egyptology.
So this creator is going to list a handful of divine figures from antiquity and make similar claims about them. And I'm only going to respond to this one because the answer is the same for all of them. None of that is true. That is all literally made up. Someone literally just made it up. There are 2 features that come close to being true. One is the notion that a couple of these deities performed miracles, because that's what deities did in the ancient world. That is an incredibly generic feature of these divine profiles that doesn't mean anything. The other is the notion that Horus had 12 disciples. Horus didn't have 12 disciples, and nothing about the story of Jesus is borrowing or stealing from the mythology of Horus. However, there is a drawing in the tomb of Tutmosis from around the 15th century BCE that depicts Horus enthroned before 12 anthropomorphic figures, each with a star over their head. They are stars that are symbolic of each of the 12 hours of the night, and Horus is said to set them in their courses. And there are some apologists for mythicism who have argued that because Horus set them in their courses, Horus can be said to have sent them out. And because the word apostle means one who is sent, we could speak of these 12 stars of the 12 hours of the night as Horus's 12 apostles. Therefore, Horus had 12 apostles. And that's absolutely laughable. The notion that this somehow inspired the story of Jesus having 12 apostles, or that they stole or borrowed the notion of 12 apostles from this drawing from this 15th century tomb about which they had absolutely no knowledge whatsoever, is just laughable. None of that is accurate. Now, who made all this up? There are 3 main sources for this, each more influential than the one before. The first comes from around 1995, 1996, this book. The author goes by Acharya S. That is a pen name for the late Dorothy Murdoch. And she literally just made these things up, drew these connections, and there are absolutely no primary sources, iconography, or any other kinds of material remains from the ancient world that support any of these claims. In 1999, we have this book from Freak and Gandhi, which kind of expands on these claims. And this is where we get the everybody and their dog was born on December 25th claim, which is ridiculous because the notion that Jesus was born on December 25th doesn't even come till the early 3rd century CE. And then what really popularized things was a 2007 film called Zeitgeist, which picked up on the claims of these 2 books and just spread them a lot further. And again, they're literally all just made up. And if you think I'm wrong, show me the data. Show me primary texts from antiquity that support any of these claims beyond just generic notions that, oh, they performed miracles. Or they were dying and rising gods, which is an outdated 19th century framework that scholars don't really think has any explanatory value these days. Now, I've been asking for years for people to show me the primary texts that indicate these things are true. No one has ever done it to date, but who knows what the future brings.